The United States has a new plan to reduce crime by reducing crime prevention. Smart, bold move. Can't fail if you don't try, I guess. Hey there, it's John. Today we're talking about something that should be a bigger deal than it is, because it's about real people and real neighborhoods and decisions that literally make the difference between life and death. The president's administration just slashed $500 million in federal funding for community violence prevention programs. These are programs that work. So naturally, we're pulling the plug. Welcome to American public policy, where if it ain't broke, we defund it. These cuts affect over 550 organizations across 47 states, all set to receive support to continue programs that reduce gun violence through direct intervention, through community outreach, through conflict mediation. Unsexy but effective stuff. There's a program in Detroit called Force Detroit. They help drop shootings and homicides by 52% in just 1 year. There's a place in Jackson, Mississippi called Operation Good. They were mentoring at-risk youth and employing neighborhood leaders and actively interrupting violence. But now their funding is gone, which means fewer staff and less reach and higher risk, and more strain on local police departments. And all of this is happening right when summer hits. That's a prime time for spikes in violence. So why cut programs that work? Officially, it's called a budget reallocation, but unofficially, it's political showmanship. The president has always liked to look tough on crime, talking about police and prisons and punishment. These programs that have been cut, by contrast, focus on prevention and building community and addressing root causes. They don't make for good campaign slogans. It's really tough to yell, "Mentor a teen," at a campaign rally. A lot of these programs are run by and for communities of color, so when budgets get tight and when priorities get cruel, these are the first ones on the chopping block. So you might be watching this and you're thinking, okay, but how does this affect me? Number one, sometimes things aren't all about you, but also, violence doesn't stay in a neat little box. Even if your community isn't directly impacted, that's awesome. But communities get destabilized, and that leads to more emergency services being stretched thin. Hospitals get overwhelmed, schools get rattled, housing values drop, and trauma ripples out in ways that you will feel eventually. Also, whether you realize it or not, these programs were proving that something besides mass incarceration could work. Without these programs, we're back to the same old, lock them up and forget about them routine. That doesn't work either. And it's not human friendly. All of this, it's like cutting the brakes on a car and saying, well, everybody, if you drive just a little more carefully, it'll be fine. Or if you skip your dental checkups and then you're shocked when you got some teeth problems. Here's what we can do to get out of the doom loop. I like to provide some solutions if I can. Okay, number one, support these local groups. They had their funding cut. You can help provide a little extra funding, even just a few bucks or a few bucks a month to one of these grassroots violence prevention organizations. It goes a long way. These folks know their neighborhoods and they do not need a federal mandate to keep doing good work. If you don't have a few bucks laying around, maybe you have a few minutes. Volunteer, reach out to them and ask them how you can help. Number two, maybe you live in a different kind of state than where I live and your representatives occasionally listen to you. Call them, email them, let them know that this funding matters. Show up at a town hall and ask them why they're okay with replacing community care with cops and coffins. Use your platform. You know me, I like to be loud about this stuff. You normalize caring. Normalize speaking up. When you post or talk about this stuff, even one time, you are signaling that defending communities is not radical. It's normal and it's responsible. I get that some days this feels like shouting into the void, but we don't win by giving up and we don't win by staying silent. We win by holding the line and by funding the work and by making caring louder than cruelty. Thanks for being here, friends. Thanks for spreading the word. Let's keep going. Please like, subscribe, share. Show the algorithm that caring works. See you again tomorrow.